Hey everyone, Creeparoni here. This is not a creepypasta video, so if you wanted to listen to a creepypasta video, don't listen to this. This is actually like an update from my end of where I've been over the past year or so. And it's not scripted. I just felt the need to be able to, share my story of why I've been gone. I felt like if I was gone and 15,000 people were still subscribed to my channel, then 15,000 people were due an explanation of why I hadn't been active over the past year. And it took me a long time to get the courage to make this, so take it for what it's worth. I'm still not quite sure if the words I'm using are right, but I'm just going to trust myself on this. It's not scripted, so if you don't like listening to rambling, I suggest that you just turn it off right now. But it shouldn't be too long. Anyways. So around earlier this year, I don't remember the exact month, the last thing I remember releasing was, I think, Tabitha, the giggle videos by Kilahawk, and I was really happy about them. I remember listening to them a couple times while I was exercising, and I was getting frustrated because I was feeling kind of sick and getting like bigger. Like I was exercising, trying to be healthier, but I wasn't losing any weight. I wasn't looking more muscular. I was just confused. I'm trying to live this healthy lifestyle, and all of a sudden, I'm hitting some kind of plateau. And then it turned out I was expecting, and I was so happy. I had been wanting a baby for a really long time. I'm in my early 30s, and starting a family is kind of the next checkbox for me. At least I feel like that. I feel like I have everything else that I want. I love my job. I love, my family. I love where I live. And I felt like being able to have someone small to share that all with would just make my dreams come true. But after a few months, I was sick, and I couldn't narrate. There was no way you can narrate with all the nausea and all the things that come along with expecting. But I was sure that later along the line, when I was getting bigger, that I could do an update video and y'all would all understand, and I'd probably look cute with my big old pumpkin belly. But I got sicker and sicker, and then I ended up not being able to keep that pregnancy, and I lost it, which was really devastating for me. And it was really traumatic and scary, and I don't know how comfortable people are hearing about this. I know a lot of friends were kind of freaked out when I shared what had gone on, but anyways, I kind of triumphed through that. I went back to work. I tried to get back into the normal swing of things, even though physically I was feeling pretty weak. But I got back into things and, was doing well. Then about a month later, I started feeling sick again. And lo and behold, I didn't even know this was possible, but I was expecting again. And the doctors were happy for me. Everybody was happy for me to know that I'd gone through something so sad. And then finally, it was looking up for me. That surprise, I'd been able to get back on that same bus, I guess you could say. But it didn't last. I kept, of course I was still being happy. My voice got really high pitched. I knew I couldn't narrate at that point, aside from sickness, that my hormones were crazy. And my voice is still kind of higher than I'd like for it to be. But in either case, I knew that narrating wasn't an option at that point, that I needed to focus on just going on that same path of expecting and taking care of my body. So a few more months pass. I was certain that you guys would understand. And then it was like reliving in a nightmare, because the same process happened almost exactly the same way. Except I knew for about a month in advance that I wouldn't be able to keep that one either. That something had gone wrong, and they didn't know what. So, within the span of, it was over half a year, I was pregnant and had nothing to show for it except for physically being really ill and emotionally being really torn up. It took me a while. I went back to work. I got back into the swing of that. I felt like I was doing really well, but I wasn't back on here. I was afraid that because I'd been so silent for so long, that there wouldn't even be anyone back here for me to narrate to. And I didn't even check my YouTube or my subscribers. I stopped using social media. I just kind of went into a little bit of a hole and didn't know how to tell anyone why I'd been gone in the first place, because who wants to hear this kind of thing? But I've gotten so much better since then. And actually, a couple weeks ago, I had some people ask me, and in my real life kind of people that know me, they asked me why I wasn't doing this anymore, and that I'd seem so happy when I was doing it. And I said that who would even be there, to narrate to? I'm not relevant anymore, and how do I tell people this if they are? And, Mike pulled up my channel and showed me. He said, Whitney, you've got 15,000 people on here that are still subscribed to you. And so many people that you have got relationships with through YouTube, just that community. Like, you have somewhere you could go. You have people who would listen and who would understand. And so I made the decision to narrate again that week. And so I did. I chose a K. Banning Kellum because he had something new I hadn't read, and I always so much enjoy reading things from K. Banning Kellum. And it was a challenge because, of course, my voice is out of shape. It's still, I think, affected by the hormones, because I just could not get a good male voice on that no matter how hard I tried. Everything sounded so feminine for me. And I'm not saying that I make a good male voice much of the time, but that I can at least try to get it to go lower than what it is right now. But I still did it, and I listened to it afterwards, and I was like, wow, I'm trying, and I'm going to get back to narrating things that I enjoy, because, y'all, I released the video yesterday, so I'm recording this the morning after I released Total Universal Blackout, and I saw the comments. Y'all forgive me if I cry. But I saw the comments, and it was all these people that I had thought about during that break that I had really missed. People like Cassandra and Lee and Graham, Elgin, just so many people that I remembered. And it made me really happy. And I knew that I could say what I needed to. And I just want y'all to know that my 15,000 people that stayed on there even when you had all the option to unsub, I just want to thank you for being there. And this has been really healing for me. I didn't think I would boo-hoo this much, y'all, so you gotta forgive me. But, thank you. Thanks for listening to this. I hope I didn't trigger anybody by what I shared, but I wanted to let you know it had been tough. During this whole thing, Mike also had to have his colon resectioned from the Crohn's disease. So he spent a couple months in recovery for that. Now he has a new gut and can actually, like, he can actually edit my videos without paying. So I see this is a great thing for me. I get to come back, and Mike gets to come back, and I get to talk to y'all again. And I'm just so blessed. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being there. Thanks for giving me hope and just sticking around, being your awesome selves. And I'll quit rambling on because I know this is going past 10 minutes. I didn't want to go past 10 minutes. But thank you, and just stay being you. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope to be releasing more stuff really soon. Bye.